everyone, this is my video for the class Hands-on Fun with Rational Numbers, and this is worksheet 2-10. So if you're in the class, I'm about ready to throw those answers up on the screen. You can pause and check yourself. If you're not in class but you're like, hey, I'd like to learn this stuff live, please go down into the description and click the link. Just be aware, this isn't a class actually teaching it. I am going to go over some things that we went over in class, but I know where my students are at, and that's the way that I'm approaching this worksheet. Okay, so let's put some answers up on this screen. All right, there you go. Some things to notice when you're grading this, that if I put the equal, it's because I'm showing you it's not all the way reduced, and I want you to reduce it all the way. If I put or, that means you can have either or answer, but if I put the equals, I'm just showing you you're not done reducing. If you got 8/20ths on number 10, it's not that you got it wrong, it's that you didn't finish reducing it. So keep that in mind. You want to get down to the 2/5, but I want you to see, so you're not there, oh my goodness, why did I not get the right answer? You did, you just didn't finish with the reducing process. Okay? All right, so pause, and we are going to go over this soon. All right, I hope you pause because I'm changing my zooming in so that I can do this. All right, in the first 6 ones, we are reducing, okay? So whenever the numerator, let me change color so it pops. Whenever the numerator is bigger than the denominator, then we have a problem. We know we have a mixed number here. So the first thing I need to do is turn this into a mixed number. 9 goes into 10 one time. 9 goes into 18 two. There's no remainder, so I have no fraction. I just have a whole number. And that same concept is going to happen in the second one. Numerator is bigger than the denominator, so I know that I have to turn into a mixed number first. And it's 41, I'm sorry. Too many 5s, I'm getting confused. The answer is 41. Now in this next one, the numerator is smaller than the denominator, so I know I have a proper fraction here. It just needs to be reduced. So if I break down both the top and the bottom, on the top I have 7 times 5, and on the bottom I have 9, which is 3 times 3 times 5. Well, I can cross out these 5s, leaving me with 7 on the top, and 3 times 3 is 9, so 7/9. On this one, if I break down into my factors, on the top I have 11 times 10, and on the bottom I have 12 times 10. And I could break down that 12 some more, but I know 11 is a prime, so the only thing they're going to share are the 10s. All right, got 6 times 6, which breaks down to 2 times 3 times 2 times 3. I'm going to keep that just in case I need it. Down here it's 8 times 6, which is 4, times 2, which is 2 times 2, and this is 2 times 3. All right, I know that I am going to have, so I'm going to go by this. Cross out the 2's, cross out the 3's. And I'm left with 3 on top and 2 times 2, which is 4. These can be complicated. So 175 breaks down to 5 times 35. 35 turns out to be 5 times 7. 210 is 10 times 21, which is 3 times 7, which is 2 times 5. All right, these 5s can cancel. These 7s can cancel. I'm left with 5 on the top and 2 times 3, which is 6 on the bottom. All right, so division is keep, change, and flip. Now, I didn't show the canceling before math here. If you canceled after math, you got 6 over 4, and then you have to reduce and turn that into a mixed fraction, which give you 1 and 1/2. But if you did the canceling before math method, then you say 2 goes into 2 one time and into 4 two times, multiply across, you get 3 over 1, 2 goes into 3 one time, leaving me with a half left over. All right, we got division again. So again, 4/5 times 2 over 1, multiply across the top, and I gave you both because this is just the improper, but it's reduced, and this is the mixed. I don't care which one you give me, okay? Just as long as you know how to do it both ways. 5 goes into 8 three times with 3 left over. All right. So in this one, I multiplied across the top, got 9. Multiplied across the bottom, got 30. Okay, then I reduced that down to 3/10. Well, I can do that a lot quicker by cross multiplying. Don't have to do it, but I want to show it since it's already answered in the non-cross canceling way. 3 goes into 3 one time and into 6 two times. 1 times 3 is 3, and 5 times 2 is 10. Brings you straight to there. All right, in this one, if you multiplied straight across, you got 8/20ths, then you reduce it down to 2/5. This one has an equal sign because 2/5 is the answer. I want you guys to be reducing by this point. But if you did cross canceling before math, then you said 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 8 4 times. I could even do these two. 2 goes into 4 two times and into 10 5 times. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. And there are a couple different variation ways that you could have done that. So just as long as you get to 2/5, you're doing good. So there are 2 ways of doing 11. I'm not going to make a whole sheet for 3 questions, so a whole nother video. So what I'm going to do is do it both ways. If you do it the vertical method, okay, then you set your fractions up like this. You make this times 5 times 5, and you would get 10 over 5. Subtract your fractions first. That's 4/10, which reduces down to 2/5. All right, 8 minus 4 is 4, which gives me 4 2/5. The other method is to turn them into improper fractions and subtract, okay? So this is 16 plus 1 is 17 over 2. 10 times 4 is 40, and then 1. I need to make this one the same, which means multiplying both top and bottom by 5, okay? So the bottom is now going to be 10, and the top is going to be 85. If I subtract 41 from that, I get 44 over 10. 10 can go into 44 4 times with 4 left over, and then that reduces down to 2/5. All right, so keep, change, and flip. So if I was doing this one, just multiply across top and bottom, I'd get 16 over 20 and have to reduce it down to 4/5. This is the answer, okay? If I was doing a little cross canceling, I'd say 2 goes into 4 two times and into 2 one time. 2 goes into 2 one time and into 5 5 times. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5. And there's a couple different ways you could have taken to get there. So I'm just going to do both methods for this one in this video. Okay, so I'm going to use a denominator of 10, which means I have numerators of 8 and 5. So if I add those together, I'm going to get more than 10, right? So remember, it's just like when you're adding columns, you got to carry over. So I'm going to carry over one whole fraction, and I'm going to keep 2/10 which is 1/5 here. So then 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 1 more is 9. So the answer is 9 and 1/5. Okay. Now the other way, and I need some room, so I'm going to erase this. The other way is the improper method. So I multiply and add. It's just going to give me 24 over 5. Multiply and add, which gives me 9 over 2. Find a common denominator, which means times 2, which makes that 48. Over here it's times 5, which makes it 45 over 10. Add them together, 93 over 10. 10 goes into 93 9 times. Ooh, I'm forgetting one. I have too many. Hold on one second. Let me look at this. 24 over 5, 9 over 5, 9 times that. Wait, 8, 48. 45. 93. Huh. So there's a reason I do my questions live, and that's because I make mistakes. Okay? For some reason, when I was adding this 8 and this 5, I made a mistake. It should have been 13, which is carry 1, leave 3, which gives me 3 over 5, which means the answer is actually 9 and 3/10. This one I'm wrong. That's why I do these many different ways to figure that out. All right, and this one I can cancel out my 2's, which just leaves me with 1/4. All right, in this one, I've got to make this one have a common denominator. So change the bottom into 10, which means I have to change the top into a 4. 8 minus 4 is 4, and 10 is just along for a ride. Reduce it, and you get 2/5. All right, that's all it for this worksheet. And I think, oh no, there's one more worksheet in this unit. So I'll see you guys in class.